I'm glad. So the mass, I ain't gonna say the mass, the topic of discussion lately has been AAU is destroying youth basketball. And I think we probably got the same take, but for me, it's 4 months a year, it's non-weekends and 2, maybe 3 practices during the week. So if you're not working on your craft the other 4 days and the other 7, 8 weekends that you're not playing in the tournament, I don't see how that can destroy any sport. It's like, oh, they play too many games. You literally are scheduled 3 games on your weekends.
Right.
If you go to the championship, you played a total of 5 or 6, depending on their format.
Right.
What's your take on, is AAU destroying the development of the kids?
So I can't blame AAU, right? What I blame is, I think, so you have one side, which is the parent, handler, and player, right?
Right.
In order for the player to get where he needs to be, he has to be delusional.
Right.
Right? In order for him to bypass all the trappings and the people that's not going to tell him he good, just stand in third. And we're not talking about to the league. I'm just talking about where he needs to be as an athlete. Everybody ain't going to the league. Everybody's not going D1. But you can go D2 or D3 or NIA, and it's to JUCO and have somebody pay for your lifestyle later on. You can get money for school. So you got to be delusional to do those things, right? So, but at the same time, the parent/handler is delusional, and they can't be delusional.
Right.
They're the problem. I think parents/handlers are what's hurting youth/grassroots basketball. Because they, for the majority, want to be ranked.
Yeah.
You want to be ranked by somebody who, it's 100 kids on this list, and this person's seen 3. The person that made the list. But you just want to get on that list so bad that you so delusional that you want to do anything to get on that list.
And that list from 6th grade to 9th grade is going to be completely different.
But you so delusional until you let somebody you never meet and will never meet.
You might see a kid play twice.
If it's 100 kids on the list, he's seen 3 kids play twice.
Right.
The other 97 kids, he ain't see play.
No, he going off on somebody else.
Right. He didn't see him play, but you so delusional that you're gonna do everything you can to get on that list instead of doing everything you can to sharpen your child's craft.
Right.
It's about, for too many people, it's about what's going on right now, not the end result.
That's a fact.
And that's why I say, as the athlete's got to be delusional.
Right.
You just have to be to get to where you're going.
That's a fact.
Because between friends and school and girls and all this stuff, there's going to be so many trappings and distractions. You got to be on par with that. Right. The adult in the situation has to be the one who has their head on straight and are doing the things that need to be done to keep you in line. And that's at this point, the game has changed so much. It's nutrition.
Yeah.
It's fitness. It's sleep and recovery. And it's also things like skill development. Mm-hmm. Those things are in the forefront, but the other things aren't far behind it.
Right.
There's so much junk in the food right now. And so many kids are up, 2:00 in the morning playing, on a Tuesday night. Like, what happened to bedtime? But, I'm not raising nobody's kids, but it's just, somebody's got to supervise that.
And
if you're not the freak athlete, like D Rose is going where D Rose is going to go.
Yeah, like Brian was going to be Brian.
Brian going to go.
As you hear the stories of Brian having like bags of dried fruit and nuts and oranges on his own. Like,
right.
Mom ain't telling him to bring that to the AAU tournament. He pulling this out of his bag, and they eating pizza and drinking soda. So,
and that kid not wired like that.
But for a kid like him, like his story is, when you really look at his story, he was playing in AAU nationals and stuff in 8th grade. He ain't come out of nowhere.
No, that's a fact.
Like he came out of nowhere and took the #1 spot from Lonnie Cook. Lenny Cook.
Yeah.
He didn't come out of nowhere. He was still
on
the list.
8th grader that dribbled.
Man, he was on the list. He might have been the summer before that number 22 on the list.
Right.
and catapulted to number one on the list. But you're gonna get those type of athletes, you know, the Derrick Jones. You know, and I'm just naming the person from this area. You know, Chester's this area.
But you know, I mean, you spoke about him earlier. Justin was like that. Like Justin went from unknown kind of to the number one player in the country.
Justin did. I can say this now. He wouldn't have a problem. Justin didn't start on his 8th grade team.
I know.
He didn't start on his 8th grade team. You go from not starting your 8th grade team to going to Kentucky.
Yeah.
To playing in the NBA.
And playing hella good.
Yeah, he playing good. He playing good lately.
Absolutely.
He playing good lately. He didn't play for a while. He didn't sulk. He stayed in the gym and he stayed ready. Injuries happen. And he doing what he did.
The part come up. Yeah. It's crazy because I don't have a personal relationship with Justin. Like if he see me and I see him, I give him a you know what I mean? It ain't really much of a conversation, but I know his mom. We went to school together.
Right.
And I don't think that he know how good his mom really used to be. Shout out to Twigs. Yeah. Twigs was really good.
Everybody say that.
Yeah, Twigs was really good. And then she kind of I think she kind of lost the love for the game. She just was playing just because she had played ball so long. But he don't get it. Like his mom. So when his mom saying stuff to him, he probably man, how you know that?
Right.
She don't know what she talk about. But
his mom was good. Younger too. At that point, he definitely probably didn't peak.
And back then, it wasn't wasn't no YouTube channels for when she was playing in the public league championships and all that, having a monster doubles and all that. So. If he see this, your mom was really, really, really good.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think the AAU is the reason for that. Now, could we do a better job? Because it's not just let's just say it's not AAU is like the scapegoat.
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly.
Saying the words AAU. We can do a better job at grassroots basketball. Even in the city, there are things that we can institute to help our kids develop better, develop faster. Is the PIAA killing our kids by not having a shot clock?
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's high school basketball. Yeah. So we want to talk about AAU, but we're not killing the PIAA to do what they need to do.
But when you go to AAU, there's a shot clock.
But so that's what you get what I'm saying? So in terms of youth basketball, grassroots basketball, I would like to see them eliminate zones at the younger age group.
Yeah, make it
force them to play man.
Yeah.
And y'all know I'm a zone you to death.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's the rules. I'm gonna use the rules to our advantage. We play man as well, but I'm gonna switch the defense up at a certain time in the game to do little things. That's all part of coaching.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that I'm not saying I don't think that you should be able to play zones the entire game.
Right.
I don't think that you should be able to press unless it's man to man the entire game.
Yeah, because you're not learning nothing from just stealing.
Just jumping right. You're just jumping. You're just jumping the whole time.
All of the super press guys. Where they?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Listen. That's because again, are we about developing the kids or is it about getting wins for the organization? So those are two different things. But now, as a coach, as a head of an organization, if you're not getting the wins, are people gonna come to your organization? If you keep losing, are they gonna come to your organization?
Right.
So but that has to be from the people who run the leagues. Like I think when you joined the league, I was running at Simpson. I think we had no zones. I remember at one point.
2 minutes. I think the last 2
2
minutes.
minutes you could
or play zone and press.
Yeah, you could press or something like that, but you had to play man. I think I did another league before where it was 3-on-3. Jay was in it. It was 3-on-3 full court though.
Yeah. Jordan played in too.
3-on-3 full court. It's open the floor up and allow the kids to try some of the stuff that they practice on. It's gonna give them more space on the court, and you had to play man.
Yeah, you can't. You were gonna play 1-2.
Gotta guard.
You had to play man. So I was just trying to find ways to get the kids to get their creativity up on offense, but two, to help them develop a little more confidence on offense and confidence playing man-to-man defense.
I preach that to all the kids that I coach. If you can't guard, you can't play.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. But again, it's only so much you can blame the coaches when it's not AAU, it's Department of Rec.
Yeah.
You know, having that in their rule book that you can do those things.
Right.
You know, so again, we'll say AAU, but we're not gonna say Department of Rec. We're gonna say AAU, we're not gonna say DSEC. We're gonna say AAU, we're not gonna talk about the
CYO and all the
CYO.
Right.
We're gonna say AAU, but we're not gonna say
Right.
all the different sneaker brands.
Even
That's gonna allow you to
that's
right.
Even the high school.
Yeah, Made and or Puma and New Balance. Everybody got a circuit now.
Right.
Even for the younger age groups, you gotta take that out. You gotta allow them to play man and see what happens.
If you can learn how to slide them puppies at 9 years old, by the time you're 15,
Nothing.
it's nothing. You
Right.
can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5, maybe
Right.
3 to 5.
But
5 to 3.
but your offensive creativity is going to spark, I think, more because it's only one guy guarding you.
Yeah.
Yes, you're allowed to help, and it's still going to be up to a person's discretion to see if you're paying a zone or did that person really come off their man to help. But I'd rather put it in the referee's hands than put it in the rule book.